I was born in October 1947 and spent the first 7 years in a tiny little terrace house in Ashford, little back-to-back, with a tin bath on the wall that came down on a Friday night. My biggest recollection is the coronation. I was 6.5 at the time, and we had a huge street party for all the children, and I've still got my invitation. My grandparents bought me a silver spoon, and I ran the egg and spoon race. We used to go down to the works. I can't remember what time clocking off was, but the hooter used to go. And there were hundreds of men in their flat caps and work boots. And we used to wait for Dad. And then when he did overtime on a Saturday, we used to go down and clamber all over the engines, which was amazing, amazing time. Used to go down to stay in a converted railway carriage, which was very, very basic. We had no running water. The gas was the old-fashioned gas mantles with the little filaments, and we used to have to take it in turns, myself and my older brother, to go along to Long Rock with a big trolley and 2 great milk churns to get fresh water. And there were no toilet facilities. It was just like a little hut with a little wooden round lid and a bucket. And in the dead of night, Dad used to go and just empty it in the sea. It was an amazing place. It was very basic, but it was right on the sands. And behind us was the main line from Paddington to Penzance and a signal box. And in front of us was St Michael's Mount. And you'd come down these 2 steps and you were literally on the beach, on the sands, beautiful sands. And when it was low tide, Dad used to get us to dig for lugworm. And if you couldn't see any worm casts, we used to have to get with our feet, tap the sand, and then you see these little casts come up, so you knew where to dig for the bait. And then Dad used to lay out this line at low tide to catch the fish, and there was a big blue bowl, and we used to have the fish either that night for tea or the following day. One sort of bit I didn't particularly like was my swimming costume. Now, Mum was an avid knitter, the same as myself, and she was into recycling, even though it was all those years ago. And she used to unpick Dad's pullovers and make our swimming costumes, which were fine on the sand, but as soon as you went in the water, oh my days. Well, they were quite embarrassing. And she even did it with the boys' trunks, because I mentioned it to my brother and he said, yeah, and the swimming trunks. As kids just felt like swallows and Amazons. We didn't have to get dressed or anything, didn't have to wash. We just went out and had a dip in the sea. I had a tough childhood, I would not deny it, but that few weeks in Cornwall each summer was just absolute heaven.